So they started again attacking foreigners like me, trying to box me. I was here first, with my card, and then there was this MTA worker that sat over there at 247 was just staring at me, staring at me, staring at me, and there was another one outside staring at me. And before you know, this lady came with a card. And this white guy came and just walked, past the two cards without saying a nothing. Then I was eating earlier, all of a sudden a little kid came, was a black kid, and there was a guy that came outside in front of me, was selling candy, and the little kid and was grabbing at the candy and was crying and crying. I was, when I'm eating, I don't like people, it's, you know, especially in a closed encampment like this, it's not safe for people to be all loud and stuff. 'Cause I don't know if they have COVID or whatever. So they're always trying to terrify me, like, and the governor, and I can't read the newspaper also, they're arresting people, even that have legal status for speaking out about civil rights. I speak out about civil rights, my mother speaks out about civil rights. She's been killed already in Manhattan. Something going on. So their governor is saying cell phone should be taken from kids. I'm just reading about it. And the last time they arrested me, also they stole all my cell phone, the NYPD, because I criticized the government here a lot, and they always go to get me arrested. And now she's saying she wants cell phone to be taken from kids. And the kid was crying like he was being arrested. It was a little child, and was being, and the friend was dragging him away, was trying to take the candy from somebody selling candy. So so I believe the government is hiring people to terrorize me as a human rights activist. I said I was a guy with his name is Mahmoud. He was criticizing the U.S. participation in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict that's been arrested. So and also there's a Black American radio station host that's been using Black Americans to attack me. It's like they all believe this is a season to mass deport immigrants. So anytime I go to use the bathroom at the Staten Island Ferry bathroom, they follow me with some Black American gang try to fight me in the bathroom. They say that's the best way to get somebody killed in this country, to fight them in the bathroom. Even if you can't kill them, the police can come and taser them to death. And they'll be laughing and saying taser, taser. They say they've killed a lot of Black Americans that way, by getting them involved in fights, and the police will come and taser them to death. So they're forming a mob whereby they're harming both the government. So this Ebro in the morning guy needs to be investigated for, inciting attacks against immigrants. And their governor said taking away cell phone from me. And I criticize this Ebro in the morning and the hip hop. That the hip hop is so violent, so I believe that's why this Black American radio host is joining with their government to use gangs to attack me. So the international community needs to look into this. My mother was an immigrant here that protested against the police. She's been killed already. My friend Eric Garner that was helping us also, the police went and beat him to death. So I'm like the only one remaining. And there's this Ebro guy in the morning, that's using a Black American gang to attack me. Say they're going to kill me in the ferry soon. So international community, if you're watching my video, please don't be quiet in case anything happens to me. I'm going to post this on YouTube. So this country has become dangerous. My friend Arugana has been killed. My mother has been killed. And there's this Black American radio host that's attacking foreigners, Ebro in the morning. So this is getting serious. And I believe this governor may be behind, and this Ebro in the morning will always say, using Nando, that you're just a child. He said that on his radio show yesterday. Like a little child, so the children have fortuna. So I may be the one that in the stranger street saying that in the past, they always call Black Americans boy. The same way they killed every Ghana also, they call them boy. So there's a coalition of Americans abusing foreigners. So they always tag me for abuse. They always jump me. I can't read the paper. I'm not allowed in the libraries. So as an African immigrant, so there was a guy that took me home to his house when they locked up at the bathroom. I was trying to have sex with me, and he kicked me out. He was a black American guy around 80, Bay, 96th Street. Excuse me, please don't bump into me, please. Since this governor became governor, this was around 2022, then another guy took me to his house and raped me. In 2020, that time was Cuomo that was governor. So they need to look into the role because they said the NYPD has been telling this governor that they need more power to arrest activists like me. And then they set me up in 2020 when Cuomo was governor. They lock up all the bathrooms in the train station. I have diarrhea. So I couldn't find a bathroom to use. They blame it as they said COVID. Because of COVID, they're not going to let people use the bathroom anymore in the train station bathroom. So in 2020, so they used that to humiliate me. I'm a foreigner that has diarrhea. So this guy took me to his house. So I could come use the bathroom in his house. Then he showed me, he has a gun, he has a handcuffs, and he said if I dare say anything, his friends, will F me up. Say, but he didn't tell me he was working for the government. But he said he knows people in the NYPD. And he raped me. Said he wanted to get married right away. I told him no. Because I said I'm trying to get money for my mother that was killed. Her daughter's brother from a friend mental illness on her and got her killed in 2015. My mother was an activist that was marching against the police. So I don't know who hired her daughters to kill her. My mother was saying one of the daughters was acting suspicious, was part of like a narcotic gang. And they say sometimes when people use drugs or sell drugs, sometimes they become informants for the police. So I don't know if our daughter, that Bolanle, is now part of one of the security agencies, maybe the FBI or CIA. She was born in America, because even when my mother said that was poisoning her food with like synthetic marijuana or something. She said anytime that drug gives her food, that Bolanle, my mother said she start having heart pain. And that she knows that I had a new set of friends that were they weren't so that seemed like they were into criminal activities. And she was wondering where did this daughter suddenly get all these friends from that were acting in a very that were my mother was suspecting those friends were part of a gang because of criminal gang, but she wasn't so sure because my mother lives in New York, but the police took her home in New York. That's where she wanted to live with the daughter Bolali in Pittsburgh. And then my mother fled Pittsburgh because anytime this daughter gave her food, Bolali, my mother was start having pain in her chest. So by the time she got to New York, she was having a heart attack, so they took her to Bellevue. And then she didn't tell this daughter what hospital she was in, but this Bolali and this Bolali other sister, Flora, all showed up at the hospital. So my mother was telling me that she's shocked that how these brothers were able to locate her because she didn't tell them what hospital she was in. And since then I've been seeing this Bolali come here to New York also come around me, someone that looks like her. So the U.S. government is using all kind of intimidation. They say they spend trillions of dollars on their military and their police here in America every year. I think they're deploying them against the civilians. So they need to investigate this governor Uncle and Como administration for the way I was raped in 2020 when the guy took me home after the lock up the bathroom in the subway. I started coming to the bathroom in his house. And then he showed me how they gun and handcuff. He said it's connected to people. And I said, if I dare try to mess with him, these people will fuck me up. And I said this governor it's been trying to appease the police. They said, the police said they need more power to abuse activists, And then since then, there's this black American guy called Ibro in the morning that was saying he likes to have sex with his listeners. And he lured me to his radio show because during COVID, I would always listen to all this radio show. But I saw he was giving out money to his black American listeners. So I called him on the show. I called the show, left the voice notes, but he never gave me nothing. He was only giving money to his black American listeners. So I thought maybe I just had a bad luck or whatever, or maybe they didn't understand my accent or something. Then I started noticing some black Americans were trying to rub their breast on me on the train. Would be moving their genitalia towards my train. So I would reprimand them openly. Then he started saying he likes to have threesome with listeners. So I started telling all these people, please stop coming at me. I'm not trying to have a threesome with anybody. I don't want anybody to act as a liaison. So now it's getting more violent. When I go to the bathroom at the Stand-Up Ferry, there's a black American gang that always attacks me there. One of them, is like a transsexual, but says he doesn't want to see me in the bathroom because I'm not a real woman. And just like that one is just trying to start a fight. We'll be acting like this mentally ill. I think they just creating a defense for when they kill me with the police. Because I was also reporting this Eric Adam that is very corrupt. When he was the borough president of Brooklyn, I would criticize the police. They said he was friends with the police, because the police wouldn't let me use the bathroom in the train station on Court Street. So they would chase me out of the bathroom, and I'll go across the street where Eric Adams' office was when he was borough president. And I would say, no, New York needs to stop discriminating against immigrants. I'll say in Ohio, a Nigerian became a mayor in the town there. And I'll say in Iowa, undocumented immigrants have been given driver's license. And this Eric Adams started telling the press, he made a speech to the press saying, you go back to Ohio, you go back to Iowa, New York is for real New Yorkers. We're tired of all you that come here from other places and try to change our speech. Because back then, some people would leave graffiti in the bathroom saying, die soon, poser. Because I have a foreign accent, so they say, I must be speaking with fake, accent because my English is always, it's a different accent. As a foreigner, I have a foreign accent, I have a mixed accent. They said even in Miami, their children, they're born in Miami, but now they speak Spanglish. They don't really speak American English. So there's always a subculture of people that don't fully absorb the culture. In sociology, they talk about that. There's always a dominant culture, and so this is just too much. That they make fun of my accent, burn me from places because of my accent. And there's this Black American guy, Ipo in the morning, that does a show. Even he has with mainly American presenters, and they are inciting violence against me, trying to get me killed at the Stand Ferry. So the international community needs to look into this. And now they're arresting even people with green card. And this Trump threatened that Mahmoud is only going to be the beginning. There's many other people, foreigners, that's noticed, have hostile things to say, and he's going to get everybody gone. You know, and he said, and he was saying a word like, you take down, we don't need this kind of people. So I've reached out to the Canadian Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Trudeau, that to borrow me money on YouTube. I'm, saying, I'm experiencing all this, issues with, because my green card was also stolen. And since then I've been getting followed by people that will tell me they're working for God, and they, some of them you know, I just like stalking me. I said, we've been following, sometimes they'll help me with money, but I'm like, I don't need to be intimidated. I'm not trying to get forcefully removed to another country because I heard the U.S. is in partnership, is in NATO alliance with Canada and England, and sometimes they help each other out by committing crimes. They said they kidnap people. Like the Arabs, I've been talking about that. I've been, in the past, I've talked about this NATO committing crimes against Arabs. They said like there was an Arab Canadian. They said they kidnapped them allegedly from Afghanistan and brought him to Guantanamo Bay and tortured him. Said the Canadian and British and alleged and American tortured him. And said the government of Canada was involved in covering up the kidnap and stuff. And he ended up suing after he got back to Canada and got $200 million. So right now, I'm criticizing this Trump administration and NATO and stuff. I'm being followed by like Canadian and British agents. I don't know. They're trying to kidnap me under the guise that America is not safe for me and they want to take me somewhere else. But I say, so I'm not trying to get removed to another country. I'm a U.S. permanent resident. My friend Arigona was killed here trying to help me and my mother. After the police took her home, the police went and beat him to death. I was recording Arigona for an hour before they killed him, and he was talking to me, saying, he was going to help me against the police. And at the same place where he stood on Bay Street and Victory Boulevard in 2014, the police went and beat him dead. My mother's also been killed by her daughters, and she was saying her daughters, one of them was part of the gang, but my mother didn't know what kind of gang it is. It was like she was newly inducted to a gang, but she always sees her have a new set of friends, or she has some people that didn't look right, like they were into some mischievousness. So this is what is going on. And the lawyers here are denying access to the court. Me and my mother couldn't get a lawyer. Even I spoke about it when Erugana was alive. I spoke to him, and he was saying, I shouldn't worry. He's going to help me with legal resources. And the person that beat him there. And they never let me testify in court. So this is what is going on. They have Black Americans, and this governor used to be, investigated. But right now, it's like they're all using it in the Nandos. She's saying, they're sending gang codes to each other because they know If they speak more plainly, I'm able to decode what they're saying. So anytime they start using all these code words, I'll be getting assaulted. And the last time they assaulted me and took away my cell phone was 2019. When Trump was deporting immigrants and raiding immigrants close to my birthday, July 20, 2019. On July 20, 2019, rather, I was born on July 8th. Then they arrested me and they started a fight with me. And the gang, that guy was rubbing his hand on my body, on my head, in front of the police precinct on police camera, surveillance camera on Berry and Fourth Avenue, just to get me arrested. The police came and arrested me. So anytime they want to arrest me, they start all kinds of violence with me. So the international community, the International Criminal Court to investigate this. Governor Oko and Black Americans like this people in the morning, because I also talk about the hip hop that is a lot of violence there. So so it's like they're now ganging up, team gang, and they said this police has an organization called Police Athletic League, whereby they invite members of the media, they invite a psychiatrist, and they invite, and they parley together. And what I've been noticing is my mother was killed by mental illness being framed on her, and I was also arrested after 4 years later in 2019, whereby they framed mental illness on me and stole all my property. And I've been reaching out to the media like the New York Times, Daily News. The New York Times deleted his WhatsApp. I sent them videos of how I was arrested and stuff. The New York Times deleted all their WhatsApp messages. So they're helping the police cover up so that foreigners like me won't win any money. So this is what is going on. So international community needs to take this seriously. They're inciting, the worst abuse of immigrants. And this Trump, he said some frightful words. Like I think yesterday, he said, there's some immigrants that speak hostilely about his government, and anybody can come take them away. You know, and I've been noticing Canadian and like British side agents, stalking me. I went to my check cashing place PLS store to get a new card because I was using the bathroom at the Penn station and my bank card fell into the bathroom. It was so weird. Before I could pick it up, the Penn station toilet automatically flushed. And normally it doesn't automatically flush quickly. I don't know if they're using their satellite camera to watch me. I was trying to dig my hand into the toilet bowl because it was so weird. My bank card fell into the toilet and flushed away. It was like some kind of it was some kind of spiritual attack. It was so weird. It might just be a coincidence because normally, out of all the things that would fall into the toilet bowl, it was my bank card. So I went to the check cashing store nearby, and they didn't want to attend to me. They said it was too late at night. I should come back the next day. By the time I went back the next day, a British guy came and said, came after me, and they attended to him first. He said he was from England. He's trying to send money to himself. And I noticed that the store workers delayed me for an hour and they were making fun of me and they were just trying to get me angry so that they can call the police on me that I'm fighting them and so that the police can come chase me to death. So anywhere I go, they delay me. They were telling me they can't issue me a new bank card because their scanner is not working. So it's very slow. But this British guy came after me and the attendant to him first was able to scan his passport or something. So I'm like recording them. I'm like, okay, you're telling me your scanner is not working, but you're attending to other people. Are you just trying to make me mad? I said, I came here since last night and you told me it was too late at night. So it was around 11 p.m. when my bank card fell into the toilet bowl and tried to pick it up. The toilet bowl automatically flushed it. So this is part of the so-called improvements this government was making, such that the toilet, and they use that toilet bowl to arrest me, because I have diarrhea, and sometimes when I sit on the toilet bowl, the start automatically flushing, and all that stuff, all the diarrhea stuff is flushing on my behind. Just to, they bring that toilet to get up and leave, that my doo smell, you know. And they just do everything to intimidate me that my duty is not nice. That they want people with nice smell duty. They said they use all kinds of psychological torture. They say in Guantanamo Bay, they use all kinds of harassment. They say they were playing loud music, circular music, and these people are Muslims. And they waterboard them and say, look, the Muslims, detainees committed suicide. So as a matter of fact, they don't let me buy food at the Standard Ferry when I try to buy food outside, because I like to eat like custard croissant. Yesterday I was trying to buy it. The Spanish guy wouldn't sell me the Costa Croissant. Sold me another thing. And I told him, can you sell me Costa Croissant? He gave me my money back. And there's a black American worker that works for the, I think, New York City Department of Transportation. There's a parking lot. And he told me he doesn't want to see me in that area. That I'm a menace in that area. And he was like, I don't know if he plans to choke me there like Jordan Lee, because they've been threatening that they're going to kill like Jordan Lee. They're going to provoke me and choke me with a as asphyliate me. So it's becoming more dangerous for foreigners, and the lawyers are shutting us foreigners out of court. For the past 15 years, I've been trying to get a lawyer when my mother was alive. The last one of them is said his name is Penn Law. You know, and me and my mother went to the law firm, and they wouldn't help us, and told us to go to a Sharpton. And my mother was like, "Why would you refer us to a Sharpton? It's not a lawyer." And so after my mother was killed, I contacted a law firm, and they wouldn't help me. And now it puts us that he's born in New York, he is part of the New York City gang. And they're shutting us out from justice. They're forming the New York City gang. They call it the American team, and it's a gang, Team America and Team New York City. And all foreigners have been abused, and my mother's been killed. She was a human rights activist. My friend Aragon also that was trying to help us, I guess he wasn't fully member of the New York City gang. He was trying to help a foreigner, and the police went and beat him dead. So many killings, many cover-ups. And now they said this Trump is threatening that there's a whole lot of other immigrants that are going to be, that, not just this Mahmoud, he said anybody can come have them. And so I don't know if you're sending words to the NATO, that because they said the NATO and the U.S. forces always engage in kidnaps. So I don't want to be kidnapped and removed to another country. I don't want to get raped. And so they can just kill you and rape you and say you have a child, and the child will inherit all your property, and get one of their agents, who could be a foreigner also, to adopt the child or whatever, and claim, you wanted to have a child. Just to appease people, and the agents could even be a double agent pretending that they're fighting for the justice, but and just settle every case with them and collect the money. And people will know what's going on. So I'm a transsexual. I'm not looking to have a child with anybody. I'm a transsexual. I'm married. I don't have any child, but I don't have any family member that really likes me or tries to help me. Me and my mother used to reach out to our family members all over the world in England. And I said none of them would help her or me. So she was like, if anything happens to her, I should just keep reaching out to strangers that because no family member would help her or me. So my mother told me it's true. So please, I need, if I'm killed, only the international human rights organization or local activists should take over my state and make sure they get justice for me and my mother, and give the rest out to people suffering xenophobia like me. Even if I'm harmed and disabled, I should be allowed to remain here in the United States, and they should use any money to take care of me and make sure I get justice and my mother gets justice. So I'm not looking to be moved abroad. So in case so please, people should monitor my case. And in case I disappear, people should go and file an habeas corpus petition in federal court to try to, query all these people, the Canadians, agents and stuff, the Canadian government, the British government, because I've been noticing some British and Canadians are following me around, and I don't know what it's about, but they have no right to harass me or follow me. I've talked about NATO in the past, that they kidnap people. And if they have a problem with me, they need to go to court and get a court order. So this is what it's going on.